I told him when we first started dating, we cannot fall in love and get fat. Guys, we're falling in love and getting fat. Hey everyone, my name is Melody and thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. If you are new here, welcome. Again, my name is Melody. I make faith-based content and post new videos every Tuesday. I would love if you join the family if that's something you're interested in. For all my returning subscribers, hey guys, so happy to have you. In today's video, we are going to be doing a good old Q&A, and also I'm gonna be sprinkling in some assumptions that you guys have about me. I collected these questions and assumptions on Instagram as well as here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get into it. So our first question is, as a Christian, do you only befriend other Christians? Is it okay to be friends or romantic with those who are agnostic or atheists? Something I've been thinking about for a while. So this is a really, really great question. It's something that I myself have kind of questioned and wondered about. But ultimately, I really look towards Jesus and his life and how he lived out his life to answer the first question of whether I am to be friends with people who don't share the same faith as me. And I think the short answer is yes. Jesus used to dine with tax collectors. He used to dine with the people that were seen as, you know, the worst people of society. So I think to not be friends with people solely based on the fact that they are not Christian, I don't think that is wise. And I also think that we are kind of placed on the earth to befriend people that aren't like us, that aren't Christian, so we are able to witness to them and to share the gospel with them and to ultimately, you know, advance God's kingdom. So that is how I'd answer the friendship portion. Now, the relationship portion, I think absolutely not. You should not date. You should not be in relationship, like a romantic relationship, with someone that doesn't share your same spiritual views and your same spiritual values. I think ultimately that is a recipe for disaster, because if they themselves are comfortable with where they are and they have no desire to change, it is you being unequally yoked. Now, if they do have a desire to change, if they do show interest in wanting to learn more about Christianity and are open to those ideas, then there has the potential that at a certain point in relationship, you guys wouldn't be unequally yoked. You guys would be on the same page, but that is something that you don't know for sure. Like, you can't predict that at, you know, year 2, they're gonna come around and you guys are gonna be on the same page. And for that reason, I think that it would be just not a good decision to be in relationship with someone that's agnostic or atheist if you yourself are someone that is Christian and wanting to walk that out in their life and wanting to, you know, have that be a foundation of their relationship and their marriage. So that is how I view those two things. So next one, we have an assumption. It is, I definitely assumed based on your vibe and actions that you had a relationship with Jesus all your life. So if you have seen my testimony video, you would know that is not true. There was a large chunk of my life from, like, I would say high school to 23 years old where I did not have a relationship with Jesus whatsoever. It went so far as to me not really believing in Jesus, not calling God God. So no, that would be completely inaccurate, but thank you. But no, that would be wrong. He asked, how did you decide on your career shift after teaching English? I just got back from teaching English abroad for a year and feel so lost and like I missed out on a year of advancing my career. So first and foremost, girl, I feel you. That adjustment from living abroad to moving back to America is very rough. So I think first and foremost, really grace yourself. You know, really give yourself some grace that you aren't supposed to know the answers to everything right now, and that that's okay. And I really encourage you to seek God and to try to really connect with him and get guidance on the path that he has for you. Personally, it was quite the journey that I went on because I was lost for a while. And I recently made a video about how the Daniel fast changed my life, and I talk about this, the career direction that I got while doing the Daniel fast, and it's something that I could have never like planned for myself. It was just God. It really was. The doors he opened, the random things that happened that led me to the career I'm in now, which I now am in finance. I have actual working experience in the education field. My degree is actually in health science. So I'm just literally all over the place, but by His grace and by his hand, I am in a job that I love in the finance field. So I just really encourage you to spend time with him and really just allow him to guide your next steps. And I'm praying for you, girl. I really know how rough it can be. So you got this. Next question is an exciting one. She asked, do you anticipate a proposal now that your boyfriend has relocated to your city? And she had like the little ring emoji. So yes, I do. This is something my boyfriend and I have talked about pretty extensively. The process that we are really going through and the way that we are pursuing to have a relationship with one another is different than anything we've done before. So we're very open, we're very honest, we're very clear about our intentions. And because of that, we know why we're in relationship with one another. And for us, the reason we are together is to eventually be married. So this is a part of that process, him moving here, us being closer, us developing, you know, more of a life together, and then taking that next step to engagement and then marriage. So yes, that is definitely something I expect now that he is here in Florida. I mean, Atlanta. So our next question is from Ciara, and she said, tips for moving to a new city. I just moved by myself and I'm excited, but whew. So yeah, totally understand. I moved up here to Atlanta by myself in May of 2019. So I've been here a little over a year, and it is difficult to move to a new place by yourself. So I totally understand where you're coming from. My tips would be to get connected to a church. I know it's hard now, especially during Corona, but that really has been my saving grace. Almost immediately, I got plugged into my local church. I joined a community group. I joined a serving team. And that's honestly where I met majority of the friends that I have now. And I am so grateful for them, especially during this pandemic. We talk about it all the time that we don't know where we would be mentally if we didn't have each other. So my biggest tip, join a church, get plugged in, get connected, and get in a community group. I think church is just a really great way to meet like-minded individuals and to really connect with them on a deeper level than you might be able to if you just meet someone randomly. So those would be my tips for you. Our next question is, you and your boyfriend are on a fitness journey. Girl, we need to be, okay? I'm actually thinking of starting a series because I told him when we first started dating, we cannot fall in love and get fat. Guys, we're falling in love and getting fat. So we have recently decided we want to check out Orange Theory. We want to check out a few boot camps here in Atlanta. We want to get fit, you know, we want to be more healthy. So if that is something you guys are interested in seeing and kind of going on that journey with us, let us know. But thank you so much for assuming that. That means a lot. Is how do you balance working full-time and YouTube/social media? So first, scheduling. Scheduling is so important. I have been slacking lately, to be honest, but on my best days, I have pre-scheduled all of my Instagram content. I have pre-scheduled all of my YouTube content, and it's really just like pressing the button to release it. And yeah, scheduling is everything. But right now, what my weeks really look like are filming on the weekends, editing on Sunday or Monday, and then posting a new video on Tuesday, and rinsing and repeating that process the following week. So I'm trying to get better at like batching content and being more strategic about the time I spend filming and what I'm filming, just to make the most of it so I'm not having to do it so much, because it is a lot. Like, I can't lie, like working 8 hours a day and then immediately getting off and editing a video for 7 hours, like it is a lot, but I love it, and that's why I do it. I feel like work challenges me in a way that's more like left brain, like very analytical, but this YouTube and social media, just being able to create, I love this challenge. Like, I absolutely love it. So it's the best of both worlds for me, and I am trying to figure it out. If you guys are interested in kind of going further into that and learning about the systems I'm trying to put in place and the new kind of behind the scenes business things I'm trying to figure out, definitely let me know. I could totally turn that into a series. So y'all let me know. So our next question is from Trudy Joe. And she says, in what ways has God spoken to you / guided you? Example, dreams, reoccurring thoughts and ideas, etc. It's so interesting you're asking this. My friends and I on Friday were just talking about how God communicates with us, because I feel like God knows his children and he communicates with all of us differently. So for me, the way that God communicates with me the most is by just like downloading a thought in my brain. And it doesn't sound like it's coming from his voice. It just seems as if it's a thought, but it's not something that I myself would have wanted to do sometimes. Not something that I have really thought of before. It's just like this, boop, like kind of epiphany type of thought. And a lot of times that is the way that he communicates with me and kind of downloads these ideas in me. And then once I get them, I run them past him because I feel like you want to test the spirit by the spirit. So if this really is from God, kind of bringing it back to him, confirming that it's from God, and then moving from there. And another way that he speaks to me is through his word. So definitely encourage you to open up your Bible. I think God speaks through his word often to a lot of us. So those are the two ways that he speaks with me the most. So our next assumption is you are waiting for marriage to be intimate. So this would be accurate. So in the relationship that I am in now, we are waiting until marriage to be intimate with one another. And this is new for me. This has been a desire that I've had for years, but something that I've kind of wavered on in relationships based on the individual that I'm dating, unfortunately. And it's something that I felt the effects of. I have had this goal and kind of played let's make a deal with myself to keep myself in a relationship with someone who really wasn't on board, and I felt the negative effects of it. I felt the just the impact personally that it had on me. And once experiencing that, I kind of was just really dead set on knowing that this is the path for me. And then luckily, you know, in the relationship that I'm in now, we both are in agreement that this is something that we want to do, and this is, what we are doing. So, correct. So this next question really segues perfectly from the previous assumption, and it is, what has God revealed to you about the importance of waiting till marriage to have sex? So I feel like I could make a whole video about this, and you guys let me know in the comments below if it's something that you would want me to do. But to keep it short, I have realized that God has placed sex in the container of marriage for my good. And now being in a relationship where we are waiting until marriage, and I'm really able to sift through the emotional wreckage, to be honest, it's just so revealing to me how God placed sex in the container for marriage for my good, for my benefit, knowing that it is good in this container. And it's not because he wants my life to be terrible. It's not because he wants my life to be so difficult. It's for my good. And it just makes me grateful that he knows us so well to try to keep us from hurting ourselves. And it also makes me a bit sad that I didn't always see it this way, and that I am having to kind of deal with the things I'm dealing with now because I didn't see his goodness in this. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, if you guys want to go more in depth with that, I would definitely be open to making video. So let me know, but that is my short answer, which is probably like a little bit long to that question. So we made it to our last question, and it is, how do you view having confidence in yourself / knowing you are amazingly made by God, unique, while also knowing that we are to die to ourselves and live to Christ, and we need to not glorify ourselves, but then also have confidence in who he made us to be? I think this is a really, really good question. And confidence is actually something that I have struggled with a lot. And as I've gone to therapy and also, deepened my relationship with God over the years, it's something that I'm able to understand more holistically. So I kind of view confidence as being confident in who God made me to be, but not viewing myself higher than God. I think sometimes, especially in this culture, especially in this self-love culture, we want to put ourselves really high up on the pedestal. And while we do need to value ourselves and we do need to take care of ourselves, I think ultimately we need to know we are flawed. We cannot be our own God. We will lead ourselves to destruction every time. So valuing who God made me to be, valuing who I am in Christ, valuing what God says about me, but also never putting myself above God. Always submitting these things to God kind of keeps that alignment intact and allows me to operate in a confidence that doesn't turn into like boastfulness, or operate in a confidence that doesn't turn into pride and me wanting to just go off on my own and make decisions on my own. So hopefully that was able to answer the question. But that was a really, really great question. So thank you for asking. All right, so those were our questions and assumptions. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know. It really helps my channel, so thank you in advance. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely be sure to subscribe. There'll be new videos every Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one. Peace.